Well, it is Friday, so naturally it's Friday Feed. We always look forward to this. We're checking in with Al Aber. He is in New Iberia this morning. Al, how's it going?
Hey, Alex, I could not be more excited. You know, I got a phone call and someone said, you got to go and visit with Sylvia Pradier and her husband, Chad, here at Anointed Soul Food, because they said this place is crazy good, out of this world. So look, hey, we're here. You tell us where to go, we're going to go. Sylvia, tell us a little bit about Anointed Soul Food.
Anointed Soul Food, wow. We give all glory and honor to God first. But Anointed Soul Food was established in 2016. We was inspired by my daughter, Letitia Vito, to open up this gorgeous place. A lot of people get it twisted, but when it comes to the food, and they say anointed soul food, it's anointed by God, and it's an inner being thing. It's for the soul. Okay. It's all Cajun dish, but it's really, really, really good. So we invite everyone to come out and try our food.
Now, it is a beautiful restaurant. And Chad, tell us a little bit about what you do here, because you let us in this morning, which is a big deal. So tell us a little about your role over here, Chad.
Well, to me, my wife let me get there and play around with the little things and have a little fun. But my thing is to make sure to greet everybody, make sure everyone have a smile, make sure everyone's happy, and just be myself, you know, and make sure everybody just having a great time over here at Anointed Soul Food. That's what we're about: love, respect, and honor, and all praises to God.
Now, Chad, I think you hit the key thing for those of you who are married out there. Your wife lets you, and I think that's kind of the way you do it. My wife lets you, your wife lets you. Chad, you and I are going to talk later on, because, yeah, I live that. And Bert, what do you do here? Real quick, got about 15 seconds.
I do a lot of prep work and a lot of help in the kitchen, but mainly we just love on each other. Yeah, we're just a family here.
I love it. It is a family atmosphere. Yeah. This place is beautiful. Look, if you're looking for some place to eat out this weekend, you got to come to Anointed Soul Food. It is a beautiful setting, a beautiful restaurant. We're going to get with Sylvia in just a bit. We're going to be cooking on the Friday feed. But back to you, Alex, in the studio. More News 15 today.
Well, we can't wait, Al. We're going to check back with you to see what you're cooking in just a bit. One of my favorite little jingles. It is Friday, which means Friday Feed. We're checking in with Al Aber. He is in New Iberia. Let's send it out to him now. Al, what are you cooking?
Hey, Alex, I couldn't be more excited. I'm here with Sylvia Pradier, and we are at Anointed Soul Food. And in one of the biggest kitchens I think we've ever been in. I don't know if you can get a sense of the size of this kitchen. It's a big, open kitchen. I love this kitchen. This is a great kitchen, Sylvia. I know you're cooking great stuff. What are you going to be cooking today?
Today we are having smothered crab, crawfish etouffee, shrimp and crab stew, shrimp fettuccine, stuffed turkey wing, baked chicken, mixed vegetable, green bean casserole, baked beans, potato salad, rice and gravy.
Oh my God, my head's about to explode. One of the things I got to say about your kitchen too, because I have a kitchen at home like most people, this is the cleanest kitchen I think John Arnold and I have ever been in. I mean, this place is spotless. I don't know if you have Chad working day and night cleaning this kitchen.
I do.
You do?
I do.
So
yes.
what are we going to get to cooking right now?
We're about to put the onion, celery, and bell pepper in the pot, and we're going to get the smothered crab started.
Okay.
And
that's... I've never had smothered crab.
Really?
Never had it.
It's to die for.
Okay.
It's to die for.
You said you grew up with smothered crab,
yes,
right?
Yes, my mom, that was one of her recipes. So I just brought this. Actually, I am 60 years old. My mom would be 102 right now. Mm-hmm. So this is one of her recipe, her favorite recipe that I had to bring back.
Well, I'm excited that we're doing it on this show. So let's get started.
Yes, sir. We're going to put this.
Oh, I love that sizzle. Love the sizzle.
Yes. And these are the crabs. We're going to throw these crabs up in there.
Let's get John get a shot of these crabs.
Sure.
I've never had smothered crab before. I think this is a great idea, though, because I love seafood. And your mom did this all when you were growing up.
Yes, she did. My mom was a chef for several of the restaurants here in New Iberia, and I was her little cook helper. I have an older sister, Cecile Hilaire. She was a cook, too, at the same restaurant. My mom did the night shift. My sister did the day shift. I have another great sister, Ida Hill. She's a great cook. Leola Celestine. We all cooks.
I tell you what, this is fantastic. Now, we got a wrap, Sylvia, but I just want to say this has been marinating for 24 hours. We're going to go back to Alex in the studio, who's been marinating an entire day with all the news and weather. Back to you, Alex.
Oh, Al, we are so excited. We're going to check in with you in just a bit, but you have fun out there. We're going to switch gears and check in with Al for the Friday feed. He's in New Iberia, and he's already having a great time. So let's send it out to him now to see what he's cooking. Al.
Hey, Alex, we are cooking smothered crab. Take a look at this. Boom. I mean, it's not ready yet. We're working on it. Here with Sylvia Pradier. And Sylvia, we're at Anointed Soul Food in New Iberia, and I tell you what, I'm in love with this place. I'm in love with this kitchen. I don't know if you get the great kitchen, Sylvia. I love it. So, Sylvia, what's our next step here?
Our next step is to put the crab meat in for the gravy. You have the crab bodies right now, so now I'm going to add the crab meat that's going to saute in it to make the gravy.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, to make the gravy. And then we're going to come with some cream of chicken, and this is going to just be very good.
Now, that lump crab meat is beautiful. That is beautiful crab meat. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, John, but this is, I mean, I love lump crab meat. Who doesn't, huh?
Yes, I do too. That really, really set the smothered crab off.
Oh, absolutely. And I've never heard of this before. This is a first time on TV, and I think probably a first time on Acadiana that someone prepares smothered crab on live TV. Yeah. You know, look at that. That's so pretty. And now, is this a Friday menu item?
Yes, it is. Every Friday. Every Friday we have it.
Now, you have a big menu here on Fridays, right?
Yes, I do.
Go over that one more time for us.
Okay. Smothered crab, shrimp and crab stew, shrimp fettuccine, fried fish, stuffed turkey wings, baked chicken, green bean casserole, baked beans, mixed vegetable, potato salad, and rice and gravy.
Just when you think Sylvia's about to come to the end of the list, she's still going. I love Anointed Soul Food. This place is fantastic, and it's a beautiful setting here in New Iberia. How much longer do we have on this, Sylvia?
About 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes?
10 minutes and you're done.
Wow, so we're going to have just enough time for us to go back to Alex in the studio, and we'll be cooking this. So we're going to go back to Alex in the studio. Sylvia and I are working hard in the kitchen at Anointed Soul Food in New Iberia. This is going to be a fantastic day, Sylvia. I just love everything you do here.
Well,
so
thanks,
back to,
Al.
oh, you know what? I love everything Alex Rostel does, too.
Al, you cracked me up. We're going to check back with you in just a bit. We love it, and so does Al Hebert. He's in New Iberia this morning at Anointed Soul Food. Let's check in with him to see how it's going. Al.
Hey, Alex, I have to tell you, I love this place. I love Sylvia. I love Chad. I love Bert. It feels good to be here, okay? Can't explain it. There's a good feeling here. We're doing smothered crab with Sylvia. Sylvia, what is our next step?
Next step is adding more onion, bell pepper, celery, and then we're going to add, I'm going to have you hand me the chicken broth.
Chicken broth. There we go. Anybody hold this for you?
Yes, sir.
See, Alex, I'm helping.
Yes, great help.
Thanks for saying that, Sylvia.
Yes.
I hope you'll say that a couple of more times this morning, so maybe Alex and my boss will hear it and they'll go, oh, Al, yeah, okay, he's worth something.
Now we're adding the cream of chicken.
Now, I love the cream of chicken soup. Now, how did you decide cream of chicken to go with this? Because I don't know that I would have picked that, but I know it works.
Well, Back in the day when my mom did it, the smothered crabs, she didn't add anything. She just used the crab gravy. But then dealing with the public, you need more gravy.
Right.
So I just came up on my own and decided that I would use cream of chicken. You always want to use something that's, some people ask why not cream of shrimp, but that's another seafood. So you get something that's going to fight against to pull what you're cooking out. Like the crab, the chicken is going to pull the crab seasoning out. So this is how I came up with the cream of chicken.
I love that, and I love that theory, that philosophy about, you know, you want something that's going to be different. I think we ran out of time when I was trying to say this earlier. This has been sitting in seasoning, kind of marinating for a whole day, right?
Yes, yes.
So you're going to have the seasoning kind of get into the meat, into the crab, into the shell. So you're going to have a pop in there of seasoning when you eat that.
Yes, most definitely.
And I noticed you did the same thing with the shrimp.
Yes, I did.
Okay,
I
so
did.
that's great attention to detail. I love it that you're not just getting here and throwing it together. You know, everything's well planned here, right?
Yes. Yes, we prepped the day before the seasoning. Because of me suffering with high blood pressure, there's a seasoning that we use that with low sodium. So we let it marinate for 24 hours.
I love it. You know, when it comes to low sodium, Alex Restell and I, we talk about low sodium all the time. I'm glad to hear this because I'm going to be eating low sodium today. Hey, we're going to go back to Alex in the studio because I think our show is a low sodium show.
Yes, but we are a high seasoned or high seasoning. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. I get it. That was a good one. Just took me a minute.
Absolutely.
Also,
highly seasoned show.
All right, Al, we'll check in with you in just a bit. You have fun out there. Welcome back, 7:09, time for Friday Feed with Al Hebert. He is in New Iberia. He's at a new spot called Anointed Soul Food. He's loving it, we can already tell. Al, how's it going out there?
Hey, I was having trouble getting my glove on, Alex, but I'm gloved up now. Here with Sylvia Pradier, and Sylvia, this shrimp stew is looking great. Now, this is shrimp and what else?
Shrimp and crab stew.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Sylvia, you're too much.
Yeah.
So tell us about this.
This is a dish that's a lot of people come in for on Friday. It's the shrimp and crab stew. It's the crab meat this time with the shrimps that I'm about to add to. And it's very, very good.
Now,
very delicious.
Let me get you to hold this and talk a little more. Now, John,
Uh-oh.
can you see this? Now, I want to point out to Alex and everyone viewing at home, these shrimp are already seasoned, and they got seasoned about 24 hours ago, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I love that. I love it when things are seasoned that way. So I'm going to let you go ahead and start adding that. I'm going to hold this up because this is a lot of shrimp.
Yes, sir. It is.
Because this weighs a ton. I don't know how many pounds of shrimp this is, but it's
25 pounds of shrimp.
25 pounds of shrimp in that pot. So this shrimp and crab stew is just loaded with shrimp and crab.
Yes, it is. It is. Some of the shrimps will go in the shrimp fettuccine, though. This is not all for the shrimp and crab stew.
Oh my God!
Once I fill the pot up for the shrimp stew, then the rest of the shrimp is gonna go for the shrimp fettuccine.
I have to say, I might be in Friday Feed heaven right now. This is just incredible. Now, with the pandemic and everything, is it harder to get seafood, harder to get things like that, or how's that going?
It's going pretty good. I mean, everything is still pretty known. We haven't had any issues with getting our products just yet. So we're blessed for that. We're still getting everything on time. Our suppliers is still coming through with everything for us, so that's truly a blessing.
Now, let me ask you, with your customers, are you seeing more calling in, ordering, and taking out? Or are they still coming in, or what are you seeing?
We're seeing a lot of people that's calling in their orders, and we are walking it out curbside, which is a good thing. It's you know, it's best for us, and it's good for them too. So it's more safe for us to be able to just walk it out to them.
I tell you what, Sylvia, you are amazing. Anointed Soul Food right here in New Iberia. jump in your car and run over here. This food is going to be amazing. Hey, back to you, Alex, in the studio, because you know what, Sylvia? Alex Worstel is amazing. She does an amazing show.
You are just too kind, Al. I don't know what else to say other than thanks. We're going to check in with you in a little bit, but you continue to cook up a storm out there. So, welcome back. Time for Friday Feed. Checking in with Al Hebert in New Iberia. He is at a new spot this morning called Anointed Soul Food. Al, how's it going out there?
Okay. Hey, Alex, it is going really great. I love it here at Anointed Soul Food. I'm here with Sylvia Pradier, and I just want you to take a look at these shrimp, because what I didn't point out last time was the size of these shrimp. These are not tiny shrimp like you find in a lot of etouffees and things like that. These are large shrimp, right?
Yes, it is.
And where they come from?
They come from Delcom, from Ocean Harvest.
Boom.
If y'all ever need some nice shrimps, go to Miss Carrie over there, and she got the hookup, baby.
Carrie, you got huge shrimp. Now, huge shrimp almost seems like a contradiction in terms, doesn't it? Yeah. And so we're going to do the shrimp fettuccine now, right?
Yes.
So what do we do next?
We just add the shrimp to the seasoning.
Look at the size of these shrimp. I'm impressed.
Yes, very large.
So what made you decide to go with larger shrimp when a lot of people go with the smaller shrimp?
I always want to give my customers more for their money. It costs me more, but then I want my customers to be satisfied at all time, at any cost.
Wow, I'm just stunned at the size of these. And of course, I know you'll probably get tired of me saying it, they're marinated 24 hours, which I think is super important when it comes to just about anything. Take the time to season it well. And of course, because, Sylvia, you're worried about my blood pressure, your blood pressure, you're using a lower sodium seasoning, right?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So, Alex, I can eat this guilt-free. Oh, that's beautiful. Look, I'm going to get this out of the way. Now, this shrimp and crab stew, this is about done, right?
It's done. It's done. It's done. And the smothered crab, which we started first, it's done. This is the
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
the outcome.
Now I love the way the gravy looks. It's turned color, which you want that in a gravy.
Yeah.
It's getting a little kind of amber color, I guess, and I'm liking that. And this is going to be served over rice.
Yes, over rice.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Hey, I tell you what, Sylvia and I are going to be cooking all morning long. Big shout out to my old friend Michelle Darcy, who is here in New Iberia. She works at the police department. She saved my life probably more than once. And so big shout out to her. I got to tell you, this is a wonderful place. So we're going to go back to the studio, more News 15 today, because that studio, it's kind of a wonderful place too.
It's a wonderful place, Al. It's magic, like you always say. We're going to check in with you in just a bit. Love the music. It means it's time to check in with Al Hebert for the Friday feed. He's in New Iberia this morning at Anointed Soul Food. Al, how's it going out there?
Hey, Alex, I love this place. And what I want you, John, if you can see this, this is so dense. This is the shrimp fettuccine. Look at the size of the shrimp. Look at the density of this. You know, Sylvia, how do you do it?
Sometimes I wonder myself.
And so right now we're about to put the cheese in, right?
Yes, yes. We're about to put the cheese, do the finishing touch.
Now this is Velveeta. Tell me why you use Velveeta.
I use Velveeta because it's more creamier and it has a better taste.
Yeah, I like Velveeta. I use Velveeta for a lot of stuff.
Yes, I like the Velveeta. We put in the finishing touch. We're going to add the Velveeta and cream of mushroom, and that's going to pretty much wrap up the shrimp fettuccine.
Now that, I know this is going to be so creamy. I've actually used Velveeta for grilled cheese sandwiches. You ever done that before?
Yes, I have. Very good. Very good.
That takes it to the next level, doesn't it?
It does. It does. Yes, it does.
So if I walked in here and said, hey, Sylvia, can I get a grilled cheese sandwich with Velveeta? Could that happen here?
Yes, sir, it can. It can.
That's what I love.
Yes, at any given time. We're here to satisfy the customer. So if we have it, you ask for it, we're going to get it.
I love that. That's like our show. If someone asks for it, we give it to them on our show. Now, how long is it going to take for this to kind of settle in and melt?
About 10 minutes.
About 10 minutes. And this is done, correct?
Yes, it is. That is the shrimp and crab stew.
Whoa, look at that. Oh, my God.
Mr. Al helped me with this, and he put his special touch to it, and it's very good.
You are so sweet. I hope everyone in the studio heard that I helped. That makes me feel valuable. Wow, that's beautiful. And again, so what I noticed about the shrimp didn't just cook away. This has been cooking for a while. The shrimp are still about the size they were when we put in there. What's the key to keeping the shrimp from disappearing?
The key is not to overcook it. That's the key. And don't let it cook too much, because think about it. Once you put it on, you have to time it so that way you don't keep cooking it to where it shrivel up or dry up. After 5 minutes, you just turn the pot off, because it's going to continue to cook.
So I made this at my house one time, and the shrimp just disappeared. It was like some miracle. Something came down, took the shrimp out, but it's because I cooked it too long, right?
You cooked it too long, yes.
Okay,
yes.
We're going to go back to the studio, more News 15 today, because Alex Restell does a morning show, Sylvia, that is never cooked too long. It is cooked to perfection every single day.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Well, we most certainly try. And Al, you are always the most helpful. So we appreciate you and all that you do, just as I'm sure Miss Sylvia does. But we're going to check in with you one last time coming up in our next half. Welcome back. Time now is 8:39. It is Friday Feed. It's been a great rendition of Friday Feed. Al is at a new spot in New Iberia. He's been there all morning long. He's made everything from seafood to, I honestly forget the last thing they were making, but it looked great. We're going to check in with him here in about, I think he's ready to go now. All right, let's send it out to him. Al, how's it going?
Hey, Alex, I say this every week. I have the hardest job in morning television. I'm here with Sylvia and Chad Pradier, and we are at Anointed Soul Food. And we've been working hard all morning, right, Sylvia?
Yes, we have.
And this is the result. Tell us what's on these plates.
On this plate, you have the smothered crab, mixed vegetable, and potato salad.
And right here?
On this plate, you have the shrimp and crab stew with fried fish and shrimp fettuccine.
Now, once again, I got to say, these are huge shrimp, okay? These things, I don't see these often. Now, I did have a chance to try this gravy. I'm going to hand you this while I try the gravy. And I have to tell you, this smothered crab, I've never had it before. It's delicious. Why does this taste so special?
Because it have a whole lot of love in it. That makes the difference.
That's some love, Chad. Some love. Now, Chad, how come you're not overweight? You're very thin. Tell me about how do you not eat this all day long?
Well, I kind of cut back a little bit and eat like one time a day and take a lot of vitamins.
That's insanely good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, my God. That is so good. It's got a really good little, it's got a little kick in it.
Yes.
So you got a little kick, kind of hot, but man, you got that great Delcom shrimp in here. And I love you for getting your shrimp from Delcom. That's great. Does that take a little extra effort?
It does. It does. But, nothing come easy. When you want something good, you go the extra mile.
It's the quality. Local business, local seafood. I tell you what, when you come to Anointed Seafood, you're supporting not just the folks who work here and their employees, but all the people they get this from. I have to tell you, I'm definitely coming back. If you've not tried this place, come back. We're going to go back to Alex in the studio. More News 15 today while I finish my day, the hardest working guy in morning TV, no doubt.
Alrighty, Al, thank you. Glad to see you're having such a great time. You enjoy yourself.